Welcome back to Staying Positive with Linda. I'm so glad to have you on my program again. Today is a very special occasion because we're going to tackle a problem that most people usually will not address. And guess what? We're going to talk about what white people say to black people, which black people find very, very offensive. And I have a very special guest that's going to join me today. We will actually detail 5 to 20 points of the things that we say, which white people say to black people. Black people find sometimes get offended, some people just laugh it off. So my guest is no other than Lovely Unique. Lovely, you're welcome to the program. And Lovely is a model. She's also an entrepreneur. She's also a trader with Forex trading. And Lovely is just totally into this topic whereby 5 to 20 things white people say to black people that black people find very offensive. After watching this program today, let me tell you something. You're gonna think twice before you ask a black person, oh, where are you from? Are you a kangaroo or are you a zebra? So, Lovely, welcome to the program.
Thank you
so much for being here.
Yes, thank you for having me.
So, what is the worst thing a white person has ever asked you before? Tell me the truth.
Oh man, well first thing is, what are you mixed with? You know, because I'm light skinned and usually generally they think that black people have to be some type of like dark skin tone.
Yes.
And so for me to be light skinned, they're like, oh, what are you mixed with? Are you mixed with something?
So it doesn't matter whether a black person is light skinned or dark skinned, you shouldn't ask what are you mixed with. So what were you expecting? Cement and pebbles or white sand and gravel? So do not ask a black person, oh, you are light skinned. Oh, I thought all black people should be dark. Well, you cannot determine for black people whether they should be dark or whether they should be light skinned, okay? So we're gonna correct that misconception now. Do not ever ask a black person, what are you mixed with? So what are you expecting? Oreo cookies? Oh, I have a little bit of pumpkin spice in me mixed with green okra.
Well,
okay.
you know, they do, they do have, you know, different terms, like, you know, your mulatto or your chocolate.
Oh, okay. Or mulata. Yeah, that's another one. Have you heard the word mulata?
Mulatto, yes.
Oh, mulatto. And then mulata.
Yes.
Thanks to Starbucks, now we have different shades
of coffee, yeah.
Thanks to Starbucks, we now have different shades of brown, chocolate, and gray, and negro, and
but it's
noir.
very wonderful to be a woman of color because we come in different shades. You know? There are some chocolate sisters.
Yes.
There are some medium brown, cocoa.
Yes.
You have caramel. I mean, you have all different shades, and so.
And cappuccino. Don't forget that. That's my favorite. Yes. We have cappuccino, and then the Ovaltine color, which is in between cappuccino and macchiato.
Yeah. Macchiato.
Yeah, I got it wrong. You can tell I'm not a Starbucks fan, but I love Starbucks, but I don't go there quite often because I can't quite afford it, to be honest with you. So macchiato and macchiato and cappuccino and all these things comprise the color of African Americans.
Yes.
Okay? Yes. So I'm not saying we're coffee, but you know, we have the colors of chocolate and coffee.
Yes, and you know what? So, I don't mind because my favorite word to call my sisters is almondy, you know, because almond is a very nice, gentle color for it. So I'm like, you're so almondy, you know. I don't mind the nicknames. I think they're cute.
That's a new one on me, almondy.
But I am proud to be a woman of color, and so I don't typically like to have that question asked of what are you mixed with? So, you know, just appreciate what you see. You know, the eye is the beholder of the beauty. So appreciate what you see.
Yeah, beauty.
Don't ask questions.
Exactly. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. Don't ask us silly questions like, what are you mixed with? Are you a polka dotty? Or are you a zebra? Are you a kangaroo? Well, let me tell you, this is how I put it. My father used to be an elk, and my mother used to be a kangaroo. So I'm a kangaroo elk. How does that sound?
Now you got a little comedian in you too.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay. So the other thing is the way white people approach us about our hair. Oh, is that your real hair? What did you expect? No, it's made of horsehair. So why do you ask us all these embarrassing questions? For instance, oh, you look so exotic. like you came out of the zoo. Have you heard that question before?
Well, I do get that. I do have an exotic look, which I actually do like that. I think
Good.
each his own. But as far as your hair, now that is the topic of discussion. Because one minute, I can have, like, I'm wearing my natural hair.
Yes.
And then the next minute, my hair can be down to my booty. And it's like,
So
is that your hair? And I'm like, yes, I bought it.
Okay.
That is our infamous saying. I bought it, so it is mine.
And once you say I bought it, don't they get very embarrassed? White people usually, they get embarrassed. They're like, oh, she bought her hair. Oh, I shouldn't have asked that.
Well, I think
They
it's
get
mostly
embarrassed.
men because
Oh, okay.
women of all shades of color, they wear weave. I mean, whether you're black, white, Mexican,
Yes.
Asian, everyone has some tracks in there if you were to lift up underneath what's underneath.
But don't they
So-
deny it? Only
Right.
only the African American women actually, admit that they're actually wearing some kind of false hair. It's very, very acceptable in all cultures for women to wear different lengths of hair and different kinds of materials or textures on their hair. It's totally acceptable. So don't just put African Americans and black women down when you see them with beautiful hair. Go, is that all yours? Oh,
Yes, it is. I paid $550 for it, okay? And it came and it was shipped from India or Malaysia, or Brazilian, whatever I was feeling that day.
And now Uber dropped it off, okay? It's made of horse hair and goat hair, and I'm so proud to wear it. So don't bother asking me questions about my hair. Leave my hair alone, okay?
Well, some are
So-
just like amazed by like the different textures and the different ways that we can style our hair. That's the good thing about being a woman of color, because you can wear your hair in braids, as you have individuals. You can wear your hair in dreadlocks. You can wear your hair in a finger wave, which
Yes.
is coming back out now, which is really fancy.
And the sister locks, remember? And the twist.
And the
Yeah, my
twist.
favorite is the twist and the interlocking dreads. That
Right.
looks just so beautiful.
Crochet.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
there's so many ways. So they are quite very interested in, well, how did you do that? Or how long did it take you? Or who do you get it done by so I can get it done? Some of the women, they're like, I love your hair, it's amazing. I think most of the women compliment, and the men just seem a bit confused,
Yes.
because what they want to do is be able to run their hands through your hair.
Oh,
So
okay.
sometimes they may ask that question
Oh,
because they
excuse
might
me.
slip upon a trap,
Okay.
or to be honest, sisters are like, don't touch my hair. We are so peculiar about our hair, right?
So is that why sisters don't swim? Because of you? Yeah, tell me the truth. Seriously.
Yes.
Women of color don't like to swim because their hair is usually made of something or they have tracks in it.
Yes,
Yeah, that's why they
we
get
are known
embarrassed
for
when they-
that.
Yeah.
But I'm not ashamed. If I'm getting my hair done and it's fresh, and I just got my weave done, I am not getting it wet unless it's like that wet and wavy type,
Exactly.
But yeah, we're very self-conscious about our hair as well.
Exactly.
Because when we do get it done, we pay a lot of money. It's not like we're paying a couple of dollars for it. We're paying hundreds and maybe even thousands of dollars
Correct.
for our hairstyle. So to get it wet
Yeah.
or to get something on it
Yeah.
is not for us. We're
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
no, this money costs way too much. It's an investment.
Exactly, exactly. Beyonce's hair, Janet Jackson's hair, even when Whitney Houston was alive, she wore her hair a different style.
Yeah.
It's not for white people to say to us, oh, what are those your real hair? Oh, is it made of straw? Oh, is it made of pine? Oh, wait a minute, is that horse hair?
Well, they sound
Oh.
ancient saying, was it made of pine or straw?
Oh,
I mean,
straw. That's just an insult because they love to
Now,
really
and I think that's
sound
an
so
attack.
condescending.
I think that's an attack
Okay.
when sounding condescending that way. If they're really, really interested and want to really get that hairstyle like another woman,
Yes.
then maybe I'll share some of my secret beauty tips or my stylist with them. But if they say an ignorant comment like that, we know that hair is not made of straw, and we know that as pretty as a horse's hair is, it's not real. We actually get the hair shipped, and some people donate hair for women that actually, want to have beautiful long locks,
Yes.
or
yes.
are going through something that they may need that's a little extension.
Sure, yeah.
So yeah, and then when you do have extensions, a lot of black women, are like, I have to have this because of it's a status quo,
Okay.
I'm in corporate America, so
The Remy and the Brazilian and all those things.
Right,
We have
yeah.
different names for different styles.
yeah,
of
I
hair.
love all the different names.
Yes.
My favorite is the Indian hair,
Oh,
the 100% virgin Indian hair.
Wow, I've never heard of that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
So if I'm wearing virgin hair, don't ask me if I'm a virgin.
I'm not Madonna, right? I am not a virgin, and we don't know. But at the end of the day, I just think wear whatever you're comfortable with. Don't worry about what someone else is asking you, and rock it because you paid for it, and it's an investment piece for you. Okay.
Okay, fantastic. I just love this discussion about hair because it's caused a lot of problems in corporate America, where if we wear dreads to work, people go, I'm not sure, your hair is not quite appropriate for this Fortune 400 company.
Right.
So whatever we wear, we have to belong. White people have to deal with us wearing our hair whichever way we do. Whether it's dreads, whether it's twists, sister locks, whether it's the Senegalese braids or Nigerian updo, whether it's the beehive that's got the matted dirt in it, it's what we prefer. It's our style, it's our choice.
You know what?
We are multicultural. Yes, dear.
My problem though right now is blonde is very in.
Oh yes, that's
blonde is very in.
Okay.
So if you're a woman of color and you have blonde hair,
Yeah.
I've gotten rude comments or remarks saying, why is everybody dyeing their hair blonde? And
What business of yours is it? We have a choice to whether we want to lighten our hair or whether we prefer to just leave it jet black.
Right.
Why is that bothering white people? Whether we look blonde or if we want our hair blonde and want to paint our hair pure white, why do they have to ask us all these silly questions? It's rather condescending. It's very rude. Black people don't want to be pestered into, oh, how come your hair was jet black yesterday and now, oh my God, it looks like it's blonde. Oh, is it auburn? Is it mahogany? What difference does it make?
You're
Just
absolutely
live
right.
your own positive life, and I live my own positive, staying positive with Linda kind of life.
Love
okay?
it.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Right.
So one of the other questions that white people ask black people that is very, very offensive, that's racially condescending.
Well, not necessarily ask, but the remarks they make.
Oh, okay, okay.
Black women, all black women have big booties.
Yes, they always ask you, oh, are you sure you're black because your buttocks is not like as large as this couch? So do you have a little mix in you? Don't ask me if I have mix in me,
Right.
if I've been working out and hitting those quad machines, as well as the machines that really lift a butt and flatten it or do whatever to my butt. Don't be looking at my buttocks and saying, oh, you don't have quite a big round ass like all the other black
Well,
women.
you know what? That song by Sir Mix-a-Lot, Baby Got Back.
Yes, we all got back.
That's not good, not
Blah, yes.
Well, you know what? That is just the status quo that is on us with big butts. And unfortunately, I don't have a big booty. My booty, I think, matches, my body type. So sometimes, when they're looking at you and they're like, oh, where's your booty at? It's like, that's very offensive,
And don't just look at black women and check out their booties, Just give us some respect. And then the other one they always ask is, do you have a little mix in you? What are you expecting? A little mix? Mix of what?
A little mixture.
And then, here's the one that really offends me the most, when a white guy meets you and he wants to chat with you. Instead of just talking about the weather and being totally polite about it, he will just go, well, you kind of look very attractive for a black woman.
Right.
That is so insulting.
I don't know
if I want to give you a
really
compliment, I'm going to say, hi, lovely, you're a very beautiful woman. Not a very beautiful black woman.
Exactly.
They always seem to just throw in black into it.
Yeah.
It's like they can't just see anything beyond black.
But black is beautiful.
Yes, and we're here to affirm that and confirm it. Yes.
And black is beautiful, and it doesn't matter if I am black or if I was white or purple.
Yes,
it doesn't matter. It's like a beautiful woman is a beautiful woman.
Thank you.
And you're very gorgeous and glowing, and so it doesn't even matter. We stay positive, like you said.
Yes, that's why this program is called Staying Positive with Linda. And then the other thing they always ask is, are your parents from this country? Because you know why they ask that question? They want to know if you're an immigrant.
Okay.
Generally, American whites are totally xenophobic. They're always afraid of people from other countries, and I don't understand it. Just remember, your great-grandparents, your ancestors arrived through Ellis Island in the 1800s. That's how they arrived here. And remember, we're all children of immigrants. So don't confront a black woman or black people and go, are your parents originally from here? Because you're going to get, my ancestors were slaves to white people. And that's going to embarrass you and you go, oops, I shouldn't have asked that. So if you don't want to get embarrassed, don't ask embarrassing questions.
Yeah, and on that topic,
while we're on the topic.
I believe, yes, African American, not all women of color are African. I really believe
In fact, old people
you can
from
do your
all
own
of that.
genealogy
Yes.
test and find out that you come from all walks of life.
Yes.
White people just don't only come from Africa.
Yes.
Okay? They
And
come
they're
from
the
all
only ones.
different types of areas. We got the islanders,
Right.
England and Europe. I mean,
The Maroons of Jamaica, who were
Exactly.
African slaves that were being shipped to farm the plantations, the sugarcane plantations,
Exactly.
and they got shipwrecked on an island, and they became the Maroons of Jamaica at that
Yes.
time, and later they became Jamaicans,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So we come from all shades and colors. If you don't want to embarrass yourself, don't ask a black girl, are those your real nails? Oh, is this a real engagement ring? Like we're not supposed to be in love, or like we don't have the right to fall in love. Oh, are these your real nails? Like we're supposed to have stubby fingers that look like this, So it's just too embarrassing. All these questions about your race, your color, your hair, your nails, your big booty. Is that big enough? Or are you wearing some pillows behind your butt? So what do you expect me to say? No, I have a couple of bed sheets that I'm wearing. The bed sheets are right there, folded underneath my dress. So that's why I have this big old butt, which makes me look like an elephant. Okay, what kind of butt would you like? Would you like what size? Okay, people might as well ask us, what size is your booty?
right.
Because they seem to be so obsessed with.
Booty. Are you a double D booty?
They're so obsessed. Even the boobs, sometimes they ask me, is that real? You can't just look at a woman's breast and go, is that real? So what they expect, okay, I got chocolate milk on this side, and then I have strawberry shaped milk on the other boob, okay? All these things are just so embarrassing. For instance, they touch your hair and go, I'm not quite sure, but it's just beautiful.
Well, don't touch.
Don't touch
First
my
of all, I
hair.
don't even like anyone to touch my hair.
Exactly.
So don't even put your little fingers on it and ask me a question like that, because I'm just gonna, stupid is what stupid does, and I'm just gonna give you that look of,
Yes,
okay,
yes.
excuse me? I mean, what would you do if someone did do that? What is your body language or your reaction?
Yes.
You're not gonna get a positive one,
No,
you know?
definitely
So
not.
it's just like, people should respect each other's boundaries.
Thank you.
And not go in that area, and make someone feel uncomfortable without asking first.
Yes,
you know?
and we must respect each other's culture, whether it's family culture, whether it's our own individual likes and idiosyncrasies amongst us. People
Right.
have to set their own boundaries and respect other people's boundaries.
Exactly.
And then they go, what color is your eyes? Have you been asked that question
Oh
before?
my goodness.
I get that all the time. How come your eyes look like black olives? Of course I'm black. What do you expect? And then they go, is that hazel? Well, it looks like hazel in the light. Well, I see a kind of shimmer in your eyes. What kind of shimmer are you looking for? Light blue?
Well, what happens is some of us do wear contacts. I did back in the day.
Oh, okay. Were you wearing it out of fashion or were you wearing
Fashion.
it? Oh,
And so I would have green
yeah.
eyes
I like
one
that.
day or hazel eyes another day. So I would get asked that question, are those your real eyes? But there are women of color that do have natural blue eyes or green eyes.
Yes,
So
that's true.
if they do have that and you ask them, that would be offensive. Of saying, why do you automatically think because of my color
That I shouldn't have
I'm
any.
wearing false eyes?
Or that I shouldn't have lavender eyes, right?
Exactly. I don't know anyone who has lavender eyes, but whoever does, that's gorgeous,
Elizabeth Taylor had lavender eyes,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if a black person decides to wear light lavender, contact lenses, it's not up to you to walk up to them and say, are your eyes really light lavender? It's none of your business, quite frankly, right?
I agree.
Yeah, so, and also, if you don't want to get embarrassed, like when some white people ask black women, is that your real eye? Oh, it looks like it's hazel. Oh, it looks like it's light green. Well, I know one nice
I would
lady.
say mind your business.
Exactly. I know one African American woman who turned around and said, "Oh, I come from a lineage of slaves who were raped by white colonial masters. So that's why I inherited light green eyes." And the guy shut up quickly and walked away because he got embarrassed
Right.
to say, "Oh, she's a descendant of rape
Right.
from the days of slavery." So if you don't want us to keep bringing back the slavery overtones or undertones, Don't ask ridiculous questions like, are your eyes really green? It does not matter if it's green, lavender, purple, or blue. Leave us alone with our eyes. And this updo, which is like a beehive.
It's fabulous, fabulous.
Oh, thank you. I didn't think
The
of it.
beads in it too. They're like, well, how did you get those in there?
Because I felt like a princess the day I was getting my braids done.
Exactly.
So I put these little sparkly things and the,
Or when you get your braids done, how many hours did that take?
What do you think? How many hours it took? Okay, it took 16 hours. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't sit down. Who asked you how long you're gonna sit? None of your business, right?
Yeah.
So we are just, we're having a joke about this, but it's serious. You can't just go, oh, how did they braid that hair? I bet you it took 16 hours. Oh, it took 8 hours. Oh, it must have taken, I cannot sit that long. Well, it looks like all you black girls do is just sit down and do your hair for hours on end. Because you remember they used to accuse us of all we do is just sit at the hair salon and do our hair, and now nails. Now that nails are in style,
Right.
they complain that we do nails all day and do hair all day. Stop being so condescending to black women about our hair, our nails, and then white men should be asking us, well, are your boobs real? Oh, is your booty, what size is that? No, just make a compliment.
Right.
If you're going to compliment a woman, compliment her,
Exactly.
for goodness sake. And what are the other questions that you've been getting as far as African American or women of color, or is your mom really white, or did you come from a lineage of white people? Yeah,
Well,
you get
I
that
necessarily
too.
don't get that, but they do
Okay.
just want to know, like, am I, where am I from? Because I look very exotic.
Yes.
They could guess.
Like you're from the
maybe-
zoo,
Well, they-
exotic animal from the zoo.
Well, they think that I'm something else other than black at times, or you look like you're Dominican or Puerto Rican. I get it all, and you know what? It really, to me, honestly, I'm just like, well, thank you. It's none of your business, actually, but.
You're very brave.
I'm very brave
I've
and
never had to
bold,
say
so-
to anybody, oh, it's none of your business. I always find a way to get around it.
What
Like,
do you say?
oh, I usually say, well, our people came from the other side of the tracks.
You gotta be careful with the track.
Oh, okay. And then sometimes I say, well, I come from Ghetto Island.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Do you remember where Ghetto Island is? And they go, Ghetto Island? Is that on the map? Can Google's eye see that? Yes, Google's eye can see the Ghetto Island. So if you really want to know where I come from, look up Ghetto Island, okay? So don't just keep pestering me with questions.
Yeah.
So when white folks ask black people ridiculous questions like that, give them ridiculous answer so
Yes.
they get embarrassed.
Absolutely.
And then
They're gonna turn red,
No,
right?
at the gym, yeah, they turn red. And then they call people of color. If we're really people of color, why do white people turn red? That's the question.
The shades of color.
Yeah, they turn pink and then red when they're really, really embarrassed.
Mhm.
This one lady at the gym asked me my origin, and I said, oh, it's the Ghetto Island. And she started looking on her phone because I said to her, do you have a phone with you? She goes, yeah, she was on the bike. And she goes, yeah, I have a phone. And I said, okay, go to Google Maps and Google Map Ghetto Island.
Oh,
And
wow.
she actually went like this. I saw her on her phone looking up Ghetto Island. She goes, well,
She was
well,
intrigued by that.
yeah, like Ghetto Island. She's like, oh, I've never heard of this island before. I've been to so many islands.
She's like, let me visit that one.
Yeah, exactly. And
Maybe
she-
I can get some braids like that.
Eventually, she says to me, "Is Ghetto Island part of the Soweto ghetto in South Africa?"
Oh my
She
goodness.
asked me.
I think she was just ignorant, personally. So yeah, all you can do is just laugh, let her turn red, and keep it moving, keep it pushing.
Yeah, and then the other question is, they always ask you like, are those your real high cheekbones?
Oh really?
Oh yeah, are these your real high cheekbones?
What about your lips?
Oh yeah, that's another one. Okay, yeah, they always
Your
ask
lips
that.
are just fabulous.
Yes.
Like,
Did you get it pumped up? Oh, what is that thing that pumps up the lips? Then they ask you, did you put this on? Did you put that on? Did you go to a surgeon to pump up your lips?
Botox.
Yeah, did you do this or Juvederm? Did you do that? No, we can't afford those things. That's why we look the way we look. But we have almost always, most of us, I'm very natural,
Yeah.
So we don't have to add any additives.
And like your
to-
nose is so nice and defined, so they want to know, did you
Yeah,
have
if
any
there
type
is-
of plastic surgery?
Because they expect you as a woman of color to have nose that is just this flat,
flat or
yeah.
rather large.
Yes, and large with the little
With
flippers
your
and
nostrils
so
flared
sticking out,
out.
yeah, flared out, that kind of thing. thing. No, that is not polite to ask any black person. If you, okay, why do they ask all these curious, annoying questions? When
They are very curious, actually.
But how come they don't want to mix with black people in America? Because I noticed that most white people don't want anything to do with black people.
Well, I think it's a area where you live. If you live in a prestigious area, like we live in Arizona, so living in Scottsdale, mostly predominantly you're gonna have Caucasian, ritzy type people. So it depends on where you live in, and they're just so amazed that someone of color could actually
afford to
have
live
the
in
same
Scottsdale.
standards,
And
you know?
afford to live in Scottsdale,
Right.
yeah. And they go, are you the cleaner? Do you work around here?
No,
Because
my
they don't
goodness.
believe, they don't
That's a
actually
no-no,
believe. Yeah,
okay.
they don't actually believe that you could live in Scottsdale. That's another question. I often get, are you the cleaning lady?
Oh, rule of thumb.
The first time I moved to Scottsdale, my next door neighbor at one of the townhouses came over and said to me, "Oh, are you cleaning?"
Oh my word, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
I was so upset. You know what I said to her? "Oh, by the way, when you're done cleaning, I need you to come clean my house too and the pool."
Yes,
And
I'm hiring too.
And then she was so shocked.
Uh-huh.
She was totally shocked. Then a few months later, she found out that I was living right next door to her.
Oh wow.
She goes, "Oh, I never thought that you could move up here." And I said, "Move up here from where? You don't even know me from anywhere."
Exactly.
Yeah, her name is Barbara. She lives down.
Well, there's just
down,
some people that
Scottsdale South.
there's just some people that are stuck in their ways, and we just now have to know that the movement has changed.
Yes.
Where women of color, it doesn't matter who you are,
Yes.
you can live however your dream desires, what your goals and your ambitions are.
Exactly.
And you living in Scottsdale and me living where I want to live,
Yes.
whether it's the island or whether it's in Beverly Hills, it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Who is it to you, or why is it your business once again?
But isn't America the country full of rights? First Amendment, Second Amendment, Third Amendment. There are so many
Supposedly,
rights.
yes.
Yeah, but so if we have all these rights, why do they pester us with so many silly questions? Like I was jogging down the street and this guy pulls over and said, "Aren't you scared? Aren't you scared to be jogging around?" And I said, "It's not even late. It's like between 7 and 8 p.m. that particular day." And he says to me, "Aren't you a little bit scared? Are you kind of scared? Well, my daughter and I, we were just driving by and we thought we'd ask you if you're scared." What is behind his head? What was he thinking? And why should I be scared because I'm running in Scottsdale?
Well, it's just some people are stuck in their old-fashioned ways,
He expects me to be scared because of the police brutality and all the shootings. I think that's what he was thinking. And I said to him, "Oh, are you?" That was the first question I asked. Is, "Are you scared?" And
What
he
was his reaction?
His reaction is, "No, I live right here." And I said, "Well, me too. I live right here too." And he was shocked. He drove off in a hurry. And then occasionally, while I'm jogging or walking, the cops just pull right over and say to me, "Have you seen any of those kids that were throwing eggs at the houses around here?" And
Why are you asking me?
yeah, because it's not a true question. It's they're sizing me up, asking, trying to find out where I'm going and how I'm doing, and whether I'm trying to rob the neighborhood. And
Harassment.
exactly, it's a form of racial profiling. And I said to one cop, "No, I haven't seen any kids throwing eggs. Have you seen them throw eggs? Did you give them the eggs to throw?" And I laughed and smiled so he wouldn't shoot me. And he said to me, "Oh, we've got some reports about kids throwing eggs in the neighborhood." It wasn't even Halloween, so where did he get eggs from? And where did he come up with that?
Well, eggs
question?
is an old prank. People do like egg people's house and toilet paper people's house. It is an old-fashioned prank that people have been doing for
So why
years.
why did he expect me to know about egg throwing and about kids?
Yes,
Because there were other people jogging and he didn't stop them to ask them, "Oh, by the way, have you seen any kids throwing eggs?"
right.
So there, I couldn't figure out where he was going with that. But I ended up saying to him, "No, I haven't seen any kids with eggs. Have you given any kids some eggs to throw?"
Well, that was a good rebuttal question. For
Yeah.
him. You made him ponder on that. today.
Exactly. And as long as I say it with a smile and a laugh, he wouldn't shoot me, right?
Right. Yeah. But like I said, it's just sad of how everything has come into fruition on racial profiling.
I know.
And
How
so,
sad is that?
you just, as long as you know that you have just as many rights as Tom, Dick, and Harry, then, it doesn't even matter. You do you fabulous, and you stay positive.
Yeah, but do they know that I have the same rights as Tom, Dick, and Harry? That's the
Right,
question. Because
right.
they're looking at me like, well, by the way, freedom of speech doesn't belong to black people. Well, jogging in the middle of the night doesn't belong to black people. Well, guns and BB guns, well, you have the right to bear arms, but it's not really for black folks.
Right.
And then again, you have the right to wear your hair anyhow you want, but then again, you can't be this light, your hair shouldn't be this light, or your nose shouldn't be this straight. So they have certain expectations, and they don't seem to want to move away from it.
But you also
That's the
can't fall
problem.
into their traps. The bait that they
How?
dangle.
What do you mean by that?
Well, the traps of, feeling some type of way because they're asking these questions and letting them take your joy or let them erupt your day because of the silly questions. You laugh it off and, you laugh it off and you dust it off and you keep on moving because at the end of the day, we know this is the world we live in and it is just comical to me. Any type of weird questions I get of being a woman of color is comical and I keep on pushing. Like,
That's
whatever.
wonderful.
It doesn't matter.
You are so positive about getting annoying questions from white folks.
It doesn't annoy me at all.
Oh, it doesn't annoy you? Do you find it very funny and condescending?
Ask them annoying questions like, how did you get that dark?
Oh,
Okay, you got
oh my God, I'll be afraid to get shot because I would get dark. They'll be like,
because they like to, tan a lot and they go on a regular basis.
So if you don't like black people and you don't care for black people or try to even get involved with black people, why would you tend to get darker?
I think it's a lot. I think it's not all white people.
No, I understand, but
I think it's a lot of the ignorant ones that just have no education or have no home training or morals or values to treat and respect people.
Or they simply want to be condescending and rude to us.
Right, and there's just some people that way, and you're not going to be able to change their ways. You're going to just have to just keep on pushing and ignore it, okay? And just keep on knowing that you are a beautiful woman, and no matter what neighborhood you live in, there's always going to be that profile.
Yeah, but what about those ones that ask you the same questions like, oh, you're not like all the others?
What is all the others?
All the others that are...
Well, you have to ask that question, what is all the others?
Oh, okay, that should be my answer.
You have to just come back with these fast
rebuttals
for them.
Who are all the others?
Right.
All the others that engage in riots and march up and down with our Sharpton.
Well, another question that I get while we're on the topic is like, well, why do black women roll their eyes and give
and snap their fingers?
Right.
I've got that question. What's your usual answer to that?
Well, if you make me feel that way or some type of way, that is just my body language, and I just can't help myself. So, I mean, I can express myself any way I want to.
Exactly, and a lot of black women feel like divas, and divas always
snap their fingers
and roll their eyes. Yeah, exactly.
And it's just not women either that do it. I mean, you're gonna cop an attitude. For some reason, we're just fierce and we just have that boldness, It's just our natural nature.
We are confident. We're bold. Okay.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Embrace yourself.
Yes, you have all the right answers.
Yes.
So, and this will conclude our topic for today, which is all the different questions that white people ask black people that make black people very, very annoyed. So, you cannot ask questions like, what mix are you? How long is your hair? Is that your real hair? Oh, are those braids or are they dreads? Is it made of horse hair or is it monkey hair? You cannot and do not ask those annoying questions. And don't ask somebody, oh, what size are your breasts? Oh, are those your real nose or did you get a little lift? By the way, is that your real chin? Oh, you have high cheekbones. Where did they come from? Oh, okay. Wait a minute. Well, are your parents kind of from the kangaroos, or did they come from the Australian monkeys or apes? Do not ask us those annoying questions because it's totally not
appropriate.
It's not appropriate. It's not polite. We don't want to discuss our hair, whether it's fake, whether it's not. Right. It's none of your business. Just mind your own beeswax. Okay. And that concludes today's edition of Staying Positive with Linda. And we will encourage you to stay positive and subscribe to Staying Positive with Linda on UKE TV. My very special guest today, Lovely Unique. I'd love to thank you so much. And from now on, Lovely does not know this, but I'm going to make a very special announcement. Lovely is now my co-host.
Hi, thank you.
Yes. Thank you so